Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's video. This week I have a 3x10 figured maple blank that I picked up at my local rockler. Pretty easy to find center since it was already 10 inches around. So just marking the center there with that red marker and using a faceplate and some screws to secure it to the lathe. You can see that red mark is right in the middle. So making sure it's secure, and then we'll get it trued up. Showing you my newly sharpened bowl gouge, my Carter & Son bowl gouge. As you can see from touching the gouge on the piece, it's pretty out of balance. So the lathe is around 650 RPM right now. And I'm just going to be truing it up. Not going too fast here, just taking my time. I want to keep as much material as possible for the finished piece. Maple is, as you probably know, hardwood anyway, but this piece of maple was particularly hard. I'm not sure if that's because it dried longer or just the tree it came from. Truing up the bottom here, and I'm going to be making a foot and a mortise. And using the Carter & Son skew chisel to make the foot and the mortise. All the tools and products that I use will be linked down in the video description if you want to check any of them out. Some of them are affiliate links, which doesn't cost you anything, but I get a very small, very small commission. So check them out and see what you think. The products that I use because I really like them. I've been talking about the Carter & Son line of bowl gouges, skew chisels, etc. for a long time. I have found that they're the best on the market and worth the investment. If you're also a Carter & Son fan, make sure to leave a hashtag Carter & Son Toolworks in the comment section below. See how many Carter tool users we can get to hashtag that. Some final passes here to smooth out the area around the curve. Working on the rim, just taking ever so little off. At this point, when I'm stopping the lathe and looking at the bowl, I am kind of impressed with the grain and get some ideas about what to do for any color or embellishment. And I sand from 80 all the way up to 320 grit. And I know some people are against coloring wood, but this is just an accent color that I'm going to do. It's not the entire bowl, so you won't have to cringe. For me, this project was a toss-up between leaving it all natural or doing just a little bit of color. Let me know if you like it or if you would have left it all natural. Starting on the inside of the bowl, starting the hollowing process. And for any of you non-turners who are watching, when I'm turning and I kind of lift my fingers up, that's because the shavings are hot and they're hitting my hand. So I can either put on a glove or, usually I do, but clearly here I didn't want to stop, so. Turned up the lathe speed a bit. At this point, I believe it's around 900, 950 RPM. And like I said earlier, this is extremely hard maple, so took some time. Obviously, this is sped up at 4 or 5 times the speed. Otherwise, the video would be an hour long. Stopping here to check out the grain. Still impressed with the grain. This was a double A ranked, if you will, from Rockler. And I think it was at least a 2.5 A. Not that they code them in halves, but if they did, that's just my opinion. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe, and a new project video is released every week. So I'd love to have you join and hit the subscribe button. At this point, I am checking the thickness of the bowl with the calipers. Still a little bit thick, but just making sure I don't join the funnel club again. Knock on wood. This tool that I have is my newest turning tool. It's the internal shear scraper. Still getting used to it, but I do like it. I just tend to always go back to the bowl gouge. using some denatured alcohol to clean the surface of the wood. And here I'm applying some masking tape around the top of the bowl, but leaving the rim exposed. The rim is the part that I'm going to be embellishing with color. This is the Intrinsic Color line, and this is Midnight Blue. This will be the base color. And it's not going to look like much at first, but stick around and you'll see how it comes out. So after one coat with the Midnight Blue, I switch to some sanding paper, 220, and I sand much, but not all, of the Midnight Blue off. Now, why am I doing this, you might ask, is because doing this, as you can see, creates some stripes, tiger-like stripes, and I want to highlight some of those, but then have a lower light or a lighter color on top of that to get the stripe effect, tiger-like. This is the honey color from the Intrinsic Color line as well. And it's hard to tell at this angle. I mean, it's not finished yet, but there are some beauty shots at the end if you stick around. Now onto the sanding sealer. And taking the tape off to make sure I didn't get anywhere I wasn't supposed to, and sealing the outside of the bowl. After the sanding sealer has dried, I denib it with a Scotch-Brite pad, making sure there's no little fuzzies or bumps, and then on to the Axe abrasive paste. If you haven't tried Axe, it's time to try it. There's a discount code, PF15, and there's a link in the video description. Use PF15 at checkout and you can save 15%. They ship pretty much same day or next day. People get their stuff fast. At least that's what I heard and what I've experienced. www.axewoodpaste.com is their website. And now the Axe polishing paste. If the sanding paste didn't impress you, this has to. This is my favorite part. It really brings a good sheen to the piece. It's not too glossy and not too flat. It highlights the natural beauty of the wood. As you can see here. Taking the finished piece, or almost finished piece, I still have to put my logo on it with the branding iron. But here are some close-up shots. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Good, bad, indifferent. Photographs coming up here. So please hit that like button. If you've watched this far, you must like something you've seen. So hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when I release a new video every week. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and all your awesome feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace out.